So, you know what we came here for? We came here to talk about the Meg 2, The Trench. And like I said before the commercial, make sure you understand it will be spoilers, baby. We will dive a little bit deep into this thing, man. Y'all see what I did there? Deep dive, but whatever. So we're gonna do this thing, man.
That wasn't funny.
Oh, it was fun. Somebody chuckled though. They just as corny as me. They just as corny as me, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody out there, they chuckle. But yo, we gonna get onto this Meg,
Give
man.
my boy a hard time.
Oh, it's always, man. You know how we do. It's a hangout, baby. You know what I mean? We talk mess around.
Oh yeah.
The Meg. God dog it. Let me say this before we get started. Disclaimer right here. Get it on out so y'all would know. For me, Jaws was it. Like, I saw Jaws. I saw Jaws 2. I was good. I don't even think I saw Jaws 3D and got all into that. But I saw that, and I was good. After that, I'm cool. You know, and I think, they had Deep Blue Sea with Samuel L. Jackson, you know, LL Cool J, some other people in it. That was okay. But after that, I was like, I'm kind of good. You know, I don't necessarily need to have a whole bunch of shark movies. So I'll be honest with you. I didn't see the first Meg at first, you know, until we got to that point where we decided, okay, well, there's a Meg 2 and we need to review it. So, you know, let's see what it's talking about. And, you know, I have some feelings about it and everything, even though, like I said, we're here to talk about the second one. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I went into it rolling my eyes already like, I don't feel like sitting through another shark movie, you know. That's not Jaws. But it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. So, you know, kind of had me like, all right, you know, let me go see what it's talking about. Might be a little something going on. Because there are like thousands of shark movies. I mean, from the Jaws, from the Shark Waters, from the Shallows, to the Reef, to the Sharknadoes, which I have not watched one Sharknado. Has anybody ever seen the Sharknado movies?
I think I watched like the original one. It was on some sci-fi, on the Sci-Fi channel, it's like a B budget movie.
That's what I figured. That's why I kind of stayed away from
it. Not to take serious.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it? It's kind of the premise is in the title. You know what I mean? Like a tornado of sharks. You know, from what I've seen with the trailers and whatever. SC, I'm pretty sure can give us more insight on it. But you know, it was just kind of past the realm of reality.
It sounds lackluster. I ain't gonna hold you. The way y'all describing it.
Yeah, absolutely. 47 meters down, right? You know what I'm saying? Which I think I heard was pretty decent. You know what I mean? But I didn't get into any of that, man. It's just like, it's all a copy of a copy of a copy, you know, of Jaws. Right. You know what I mean? Shout out to Fight Club, you know what I mean? For anybody that knows that. Yeah, we love when we hear those sounds. Love it. So, yeah, man. So, like I said, going into it, I wasn't really excited, you know, to see the Meg and so forth and so on. But after watching the Meg, seeing Jason Statham, of course, I mean, you know, it's Jason Statham, man. Oi. Yeah, I can't even talk like Jason right now. But we know how he does, right? We usually seeing him kick somebody's butt, you know what I mean, doing all type of martial arts and everything like that. And, you know what I mean? Like, going into it, I'm seeing, like, man, when is the fight scene going to start, you know? But, of course, you know, not a lot of fight scenes in there. And he's this diver, you know, rescuer, I guess. And, yeah, man, you know, so, like I said, it wasn't a big old, like, I just gotta see it. But I did. It was okay. And I went into this movie like, all right, if you give me a couple of things, I'll be okay with it. You give me the returning cast. You give me a reason that after you have the first one and everything goes bad, why are you back in the water? You know what I'm saying? Why are you back in that position again?
I think they did that.
Yeah, they gave you that reason. You know what I'm saying? They gave you the reason for it, you know, so, you know, that wasn't a gripe for me at all. Mm-hmm. The reason for them being back there. There are some things in between that happened that I was like, okay, I got an issue with that. First thing I will point out is that this is a different director than the first one. And that to me was definitely something I could see throughout this movie. The direction of this one compared to the other one. I think John Turteltaub. I'm sorry if I'm chopping up his name. He directed the first one. And yeah, so this time Ben Wheatley is the guy who tackled this second one. Now, it's different ways you could take that. when you have a changing of the guards, this director could have been scheduling conflicts. Or the first director could have looked at the script and said, you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to tie my name to that. I'll just go ahead and let somebody else jump on that one and let them get a shot at it.
I say the latter.
You say the latter?
Yeah.
No doubt. I can agree with you on that for sure, bro. Okay, so starting this off, you got the Meg 2, The Trench. Now, if you remember the first movie, if you guys saw the first movie, spoiler alerts if you haven't, The Trench actually...
Spoiler alert.
Absolutely. The Trench is that part of the ocean where when you go past that, you're now under the ocean. You know what I'm saying? You're under the ocean floor to what we know as the bottom, Now you're going past this. Like it looks like some kind of cloud or something like that, and then you go through this and you punch through it and, it creates some kind of temperature stream and it's all type of stuff going on down there to the reason why there are creatures that don't go above the trench and creatures that don't go below. There's a reason for it, right? As we know, God knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm trying to help y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna keep them down here. But if you go down there to be nosy, it is what it is. So of course, we do know that in that first one, there was, these curious explorers and they went down and went past the trench and something happened. Tragedy ensues as we know it does. And my man Jason Statham had to come in, save the day and so forth and so on. But along with saving the day, what do? They release the beast. And, this prehistoric shark that was thought to be gone, extinct, comes up and wreaks havoc on everything and everybody in his path, And I don't know if y'all noticed there was some similarities to the first one and the second one where you have that setup of the exploring part first, and then of course something happens, and then of course the shark comes up, and then of course at the very end now they got to try to save them from these innocent bystanders or onlookers. I'm like, okay, y'all just kind of copied and paste a little bit, but whatever.
Yeah, that's all they can do.
Right. It's not much to work with here, CBR. So basically that's what they did. Brought up the Meg, and of course, we know, got to have a hero, got to have a villain. Shark is antagonist. Jason Statham is the protagonist, and our protagonist, we like for our heroes to win. So of course, they kicked plenty shark butt. All right, that shark, that Meg died, and boom, saved the day. It's all good, right? Happily ever after. Mm-hmm. He's with the Asian woman now. You know what I'm saying? He's with her, and he's with the daughter, and the daughter loves him, and so forth. So they swim off into the sunset. Great. Meg 2. So just like SC.
What a breakdown.
Right. Appreciate it. Listen.
I appreciate that, dog. That was a good little summarization.
I'm trying to give it to you, right? You know what I'm saying?
Honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, quickie. A little quickie, right?
Following the timeline, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No doubt. And so, like SC says, my thought going into is like, okay, why are we back out here? You know what I mean? Why are we back out here?
Yeah.
We already got the black dude in the first one saying, why are we doing this? Let's not do this, right? Now I will point out, in the first one, because they brought back a lot of the returning cast. I mean, it was a lot of them, and I was actually impressed with that. They did, right? So the black dude, of course, we know in the first one, he couldn't swim.
DJ,
the DJ, right? Paige Kennedy.
Get some.
Yeah, get some. Yeah. When they said it in the second, I was like, that's what's up. So Paige Kennedy obviously is the comic relief, you know what I'm saying? And he represents us, right? Because that's kind of what we would say, like, hey, why you messing with that? You don't do that, and da-da-da, and such. But of course, the stereotypical thing, which he even made mention of, like, man, this is, don't be racist or whatever. The billionaire dude was like, you telling me you can't swim? You know what I'm saying? You literally work in the ocean and you can't swim, which I agree. You shouldn't be down there, of course, if you can't swim at all. But I thought that was, comical for them to do that.
If it pays, it pays, dog.
I mean, hey, I guess so, we
all know that one homie who just worked the weirdest jobs.
Right? Just got to get that money, huh? Yeah.
Fake it till you make it.
All day. Well, he returned. We had Jason Statham return. And I think that was the same little girl. I think she's just a grown-up version of her because she looked like her. Looked like she returned as well. Cliff Curtis, who plays Mac, he's returned. A lot of returning characters in it, man. Now they did replace the one girl that I think she ended up playing Batwoman at one point in time. I can't remember her name, but I didn't see her in this one. I think they kind of put another character in her place that either was supposed to be the same one or some caricature of her or something like that, maybe, I guess. But anyway, but most of them, you got to return the cast. So when I'm speaking about DJ, that was one of the things for me that kind of came out of nowhere because DJ is ready now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when I saw him, I'm thinking
That's
like,
why ready.
bruh, he was a whole new dude, right? But when I saw him though, I'm thinking like, okay, in between the two movies, did you learn how to swim? You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna come back, did you at least take some lessons, right? So we found out he got a lot of lessons and a lot of things. But yeah, man. So this time we are back. And, feeding off of what SC was saying, the first thing I'm wondering, why are you back? Well, we find out that Jason Statham is, he's doing more rescuing, but in a different way now, right? And now you have the daughter who's grown up. You have this new lady played by Sienna Guillory, which her first name is in the movie is Hillary Driscoll. And I guess she takes the place of the billionaire in the first one. Like she's the benefactor, right? She has all the money and so forth and so on. Now, when we're talking about cut and pasting, we saw how the first one ended up where we find out that the billionaire actually was, doing some intricate stuff and has some ulterior motives, of course, like that happens. And, we kind of find out he was kind of a bad guy in a sense, you know what I'm saying? Or not this bad guy, but we'll just say selfish, rich guy who's only thinking about money, whatever, right? That's kind of realistic. Well, this lady is playing the same part. Now, going into that, if you've already had that happen in the first one, so you kind of want to think you want to go in a different direction, you know what I mean? So I don't know, I don't know what you guys thought about that, but I was curious about her from the first time I saw her. I'm like, okay, she's the rich person in this one, and is she going to play the same character or same fate as that other guy and everything like that? So I had some feelings about that as well. But what I really had some feelings about was this long lost brother who came out of nowhere, who was not even mentioned in the first one, not even a picture of him on the wall or anything. And we find out that he's been around the whole time. We just didn't know about him. And one thing I will say about them, I'll give them credit on. They tried to fix it up as much as they did. They did damage control. They had him explain that, well, my dad, he wanted me to go off on my own path and build my own legacy and so on and so on. So I guess that's why they never even made mention of him in the first movie. But it is however y'all decided to interpret it. But yeah, so X, he wasn't in the first one at all. Not even a mention.
But at least they tried to bridge the gap. You know what I mean?
Right.
But how far left are we to where we start, building that bridge with more solid foundation,
Absolutely. But like you said, I give them credit for that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just not explaining it at all, you know what I mean? He's just come out of nowhere. They did that. Actually, they spent about 10 minutes of him talking to explain, all of this. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's great. So, but then that right there gives me my issue with the other thing, X. The Asian woman in the first one who was more of a, the female hero, you know what I'm saying? The shero, I would say. She...
Good terminology.
Right, thank you. Li Bingbing. Li Bingbing. Very attractive Asian woman. Ruby Rose, that's her. Ruby Rose is the one who ended up playing Batwoman, and she was in the first one, and then she wasn't in the second one. And she plays Jax Hurd. And I'm assuming that in the second one, that other lady who has a kind of similar haircut is supposed to be replacing her. I suppose. I'm not sure. But I haven't figured that out yet. So we'll come back to that. Yeah. But Li Bingbing, she was in that first one. And she, I guess, I don't know. Did we find out if she passed in real life or something? Or did she have scheduling conflicts as well? Because they had her... she wasn't in this movie. She was not in this movie. I want to say it was scheduling. Yep, there it is. That's what I said. Scheduling conflict. She decided to focus on other projects because she, like the director said, you know what? I ain't too sure about this Meg 2 script. Let me go do something else. But nah, man, she was a good actress. I really missed her in the second one, but they had her died. I guess she died, and they didn't give any explanation. Did she have cancer? Did something happen in the ocean? Did one of the maids get her? You know what I mean? Just nothing. Just
no type of continuity, no type of explanation. Just she was here one moment and now she's gone the next.
One day you're here, baby, and then you're gone. Man.
Hey.
CBR, you know what I'm talking about.
DK, baby.
Already. So, okay, cool. Now, going into it, my first issue, I'm just like, okay, so obviously she was replaced with the uncle. Now we see why they brought this long lost uncle out of nowhere, and cool. Because for me, I guess it would have been weird to just see Jason Statham with this, adopted or I guess step daughter. You know what I'm saying? Well, obviously it's not the same ethnicity, but just not make it weird. She still has another family member because, as we know from the first one, the father didn't make it. So not her father, but the Li Bingbing's father. Okay, so now we got Wu Jing, who's playing Ju Ming. And, I will say, I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't mad at his character because he was the counterpart to Jason Statham. I mean, he had just as many action scenes as Jason. He's ready to swim into the mouth of a Meg. You know what I'm saying? With his little beeper little thing he had, man. I'm like, yo, okay. It's another little brave dude.
It obeyed my commands.
Right?
Why are we trying to command this big ass shark, dog? Make it make sense.
Right. Exactly. Thank you.
Just make it make sense, dog. This big ass shark, you expect to just listen to some clicks.
Yes.
And it's supposed to just listen to what you're saying.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. By one click or two. But how does the shark know which click means what though? You know what I'm saying? Like, when did you train that shark to know?
He been training that shark since it was a pup, man.
He had to, dog.
They connect.
They connected, huh? Yeah, he almost connected him when that beeper didn't work that last time. He almost connected.
He connected to that man's teeth. That's what happened.
But it was cool, the little bit of suspense they tried to build up with it. You know what I'm saying? When the shark coming toward him, and then all of a sudden he turned to David Copperfield, right? Because he disappears, and then next thing you know, he walked through the door, right? Like, when did you do that? But whatever. Okay.
Suspense, man, keep you enticed.
Right. So you kind of know what you're getting into right
keep
then.
you awake.
Right, exactly. You kind of know what you're getting into right then. At that moment, I'm like, some things it's a little rushed, and I know they don't have all the time in the world to explain anything. They took 10 minutes to explain the uncle being in there, so we got things to do. Okay, now, what I want to know with y'all, you saw the first Meg. First Meg only had one Meg in it. How many of y'all thought or suspected there would be more than one, or thought that there should be more than one Meg if you're doing a part two? Would y'all expecting one?
I mean, if you're calling it the Meg 2, I was expecting at least 2.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
Gotcha.
Maybe I kind of I didn't go into this with expectations, but I kind of safely assumed it would be maybe more than one Meg this time. You know what I mean? Like, they just discovered the Meg, broke it out. Now, I know we don't know how many Megs there could be. Mm-hmm. And then as we find out throughout this film, it's 1, 2, 3. It's like a family of them popping up. But it's also the apex predator, the OG Meg to worry about. Right.
And in the first one, technically, there's 2. And try not to give too much away. What we thought was the Meg was actually the baby Meg, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Because what they caught wasn't technically a Meg. That's why I say 1 to me, because that first one was just like a big great white compared to the true one that we saw at the end, which was the big papa of them all. You know what I'm saying? The big papa.
That makes sense.
Yeah. But going into this, I agree with you. Baby. I agree with you, bro. I thought at least 2. Well, I will say, I will give her credit where credit is due. Our producer, man, she actually called it. She said that needs to be 3 sharks. And hey, man, she called it. I told her, I said, you and Ray, man, y'all get the scripts or something from these directors. I don't know how y'all be knowing what they be doing, man, but she called it, man. 3 megs. You now have 3 megs.
This adds an element of intensity, adds an element of shock value because, they move in a unit.
Right.
And then now it's like a greater threat to overcome overall. Because like you said, Jason Statham's the protagonist, the Megs are the antagonists.
Yeah.
So he can't just overcome the baby.
What's that, CBR?
So don't forget about the big octopus.
That part.
Oh,
see, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we gonna get to it. We gonna get to it.
That tripped me out.
But boy, what?
Yeah, that tripped me out too.
That was a callback to 1, wasn't it? Because it was an octopus in 1 too, wasn't it?
I'm trying to remember. Was it 1?
Yeah, she was squeezing
I
that.
don't remember 1 being in 1, but
It was smaller though. It was a smaller octopus.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, I can believe it. Yeah, nah, man, this is, bro. I was gonna get that to that CVR because I'm gonna tell you something, bro. They came with it this time. Like, they shouldn't even call it the Meg. You see what I'm saying? It should have been called the Ocean because it was way more than just the Meg stuff going on. And that's kind of my problem with it is that I don't feel like I got enough of the Meg action. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to make so much room for all this other stuff that they was putting in there. I mean, just like the Voyage of the Demeter, which I just saw, which I gave credit for the fact of, yes, the movie is about Dracula, but you also are on a ship out in the middle of an ocean, and the ocean have storms. So you have different things going on, not just fighting Dracula or worrying about Dracula. So I look at this thing as the same, right? You gotta deal with the ocean, you gotta deal with the Megs, and now, like GBR is saying, you gotta deal with, octopus, and everything else, right? So that does add more to it. But is more better? That's the question in this particular film to me. Is more better? Because when you come back with a part 2, you're thinking bigger, better, more enemies, more this, more that. I don't know if you necessarily need all that. You know what I mean? Because to me, I feel like all that extra stuff took away from what I came to see, which were the Megs. We saw the first one with the clickety click. That one, that's a super smart shark who decides to swim through the sewer system or something. I don't know what they do swimming through, but end up getting out to the main ocean. And then you had the 2 other Megs down there that we found out about. I guess they were all trying to mate with the one little buddy. You know what I'm saying? They were trying to geo up or something. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever that was about. But yeah. So we find out there's 3 Megs. Now, once they go down and show you there's 3 more Megs, and then there's this substation and there's this other stuff going on, and there's a whole nother plot in the movie, you don't really see the Megs anymore. I mean, well, you see them down there attacking the substation, but as far as them doing other things that they were doing in the first one, you don't really see that. So to me, it took away a little bit of the fear of those Megs because you got them walking down on the ocean floor. You got the other guy who is, mining for whatever, you know what I mean? I forgot whatever that was, whatever kind of special crystals and rocks they were mining for and blowing up everything down there. So you had all of that going on. It took away from the Megs for me. You know what I mean? And,
perspective.
Yeah, I wasn't cool with that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's the Meg, I'm coming to see the Megs. I'm not coming to see octopus and, you know what I'm saying? And whatever else of these little creatures they can't even explain to me what they are. They never even had a name for them. But yeah, man, so that's kind of what I was tripping off of. It got to a point where it got a little past the realm of reality for me. You know what I mean? Some of the stuff that was going on, your boy, the uncle, he's doing all type of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like every 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Is he alive? Is he alive? Because he's a super daredevil, right? To the point where you're thinking, okay, if you are intelligent, why are you doing some of the things that you're doing? Like, why aren't you having some dedicated other person to go out and take those chances? If you're the guy with the money and the guy who is the, you know what I mean? Like, he's the driving force of this whole thing. You taking a lot of chances, dog. And your niece is here and all that. Like, I don't know.
It really was.
Right. Yeah, he was off the chain. And it was tripping me out because Jason Statham was the one like, hey, you need to calm down. You know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be the daredevil. You know what I'm saying? He's telling this other guy, man, you need to calm down, bro. You're tripping. So, yeah, man.
My buddy was on that. Buddy was living on the edge, man. Whole film, he was living on the edge, like you said.
Yeah, death wish, huh?
So, I don't think he wanted to turn down for nothing.
Yeah. He's like turned down
He
for
was
what?
like the definition of riding that edge of the lightning bolt.
Yeah, he had a death wish. I think Jason even said that too. He's like, you really want to die, don't you? Because boy, I don't know what your problem is, but
man, some of them calls are way too close.
They were absolutely. But I'll say, man, they had a couple of throwaway characters in there. Of course, you know, the one dude who like CBR brought up, the octopus that got him like from the jump, right? You know, I think he had like a couple lines, but you kind of knew already because he was a new guy out of nowhere. And the way he looked, too, he looked like one of those guys who was like, yeah, you ain't going to make it, dog. You know what I'm saying? You one of those characters on Star Trek with no name that go out, you know, with Kirk and them and then, you know, never make it back. But he was that guy for me. So when he got it real quick. He didn't even care, right? I mean, did anybody care about that first guy? Because it was like, yeah, you know, sucks for you, but... Next.
No, he definitely wasn't that memorable. I'll tell you that much.
At all. Yeah, I couldn't even remember his character.
Filler, honestly.
Yeah, definitely filler. And so, you know, they now they're on the floor because, of course, things go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's a whole nother plot going on. So as they're down there doing their dive, we know that and you kind of saw it coming, of course, the little girl, you know what I'm saying? She's curious. She's 14 now, and now she wants to dive like her mom and such. Who didn't see her sneaking on that boat, man? You know what I'm saying? Sneaking in that sub. Like, come on, of course. You know,
she wanted to do it in the first part.
Yeah, she did. True, right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I wasn't going to tell her no.
Yeah. She was going to make it up on there. And it was funny because it was like, you know, just like your parents tell you, like your parents tell you don't do something. And as soon as they tell you to do something and you do it, then that thing happens, right? Don't it? Like every single time. You know, I know if my mother, you know what I'm saying, my dad would say, hey, man, that tire look a little funny. You better go get it fixed, man. And I'm like, yeah. All right, I'll get it done. Next thing I'm doing, hey, y'all come get me the tires, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't have the donut or whatever. But, you know, classic kid stuff. So for that one, I was like, all right, that's cool. I can see that happening. That's what kids do. But, of course, soon as they found her in there, here it comes. First thing happens, right?
She sure looked like she regretted it.
Yeah, did she though? Yeah, she looked all that brave.
Yeah.
And she
that fear.
started panicking then. Like, I told you not to bring your butt down there. Yeah.
I told you it's real out here in the field now.
It's real.
Well, at least she was prepared when she got down there. She had a suit and everything too. So,
she did.
You know, she
did. Absolutely, she did.
She definitely felt like because all the other excursions went flawless, that this was going to be good too.
Of course.
The one that she joins is the one that goes south.
How convenient, X? How convenient? That's my first thought. I was like, how convenient? Right. The very first one.
You know what I mean?
I'll tell you, man. Oh, my God. But yeah, okay, so now we're on the ocean floor. Now, this part I did like. I will say I like the suits. I cannot front. The suits look kind of cool, you know, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all like them? Yeah, the suits are kind of cool.
I liked them too.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I like those suits up until the part where you have to depressurize those suits. You know what I'm saying? And boy, you talking about popping your top? Let me tell you something, bro. That part right there, man, was like that had me kind of on the edge. That had me on the edge, man, because you know they're running out of air and you know all this stuff going on, and they're trying to depressurize the suits, and of course another throwaway character. You know, something happens. Just understand, you know, all that stuff is real. You know, depressurizations and all that stuff is real, man. You got to know what you're doing. So we lose another one, popping the top. And I'm assuming that this was the uncle's love interest because he was really shaken up by this one. This is the one where he
dropping like flies.
Yeah, for the first time he looked scared. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting way to take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you see somebody that you romantically link with, and their head literally pops. You know what I'm saying in front of you, like, whew, boy, that was a rough one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's not going away anytime soon either.
No, buddy.
Especially because it's like
you gonna think about that?
Like,
yeah, you're gonna think about that.
Shouldn't have been on this trip. Why I bring you along? All types of stuff.
You don't bring the person you care about down to something like that.
Yeah.
Not when it's something serious, because something might happen and you may lose that person.
Right.
You know, just I couldn't have did it.
Nah.
Bringing somebody out there that I care about. Yep. Now, that was insane though. That scene.
It was, wasn't it? It was, man. Very tense, very tense. So, okay, so here's my thing for y'all is that does light truly attract sharks? Because I never heard that before this movie, right? You know,
the world may never know.
Yeah,
we back to the Tipsy Pops. I'm asking the wrong person. Apparently, he's like, yeah, you ain't gonna get that information from me, dog. But yeah, I find that interesting, man. It's something I would definitely want to look into a little bit more to find that out because you know, I don't know how I feel about it. Anyway, but according to them, light attracts the sharks. And, you know, anything they have on, doesn't matter if they had the white light on, the red light on, them sharks was on them, bro. Like, you know, you moving around down here. You in my territory. I'm coming for you. So, okay, now we're in the substation, all right, you know, and they're doing their thing and trying to get prepared and everything. Now, let me ask y'all this. How telegraphed was it for you that the person that ended up being, you know, the bad guy or the bad person or working with the bad person, did y'all see that coming? Because I tell you, man, it was like so obvious. The camera angles they did with her, you know what I'm saying? And all that stuff. And I'm just like, come on, just get it out the way and tell me this is the person, you know. Did y'all see that one coming?
I feel organic
at all, bro. At all.
I'm just gonna set it off for everybody else. It was like, it's like you're at this point you're anticipating it. Okay, when are y'all finally gonna flip the switch?
Yeah.
When are we finally gonna get here? Because y'all been basically showing us, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, with the camera angles, like how they set scenes up, how the ominous feeling of certain scenes was already kind of giving it away. You kind of could tell ahead of time too, like who it was.
Yeah, man. I absolutely agree. It was just so telegraphed for me, man. I'm just like, come on, y'all. You know, I mean, we already knew that the guy from hey, look, CVR. I thought about you, dog. I thought about you first, bro, because you was pushing me on the snowfall. Did you recognize him as soon as you saw him?
Oh yeah, you know, I know also.
Oso, dog. I saw Oso. I said, okay. Oso don't step up out of TV and got up into the movies. I see you there, boy. Yeah.
Also, always falling in love for a woman.
Ain't he though, bro? Every time she even said it. She was like, "Oso, are you crying?" I know that was his name on it, but Sergio. He's like, "Are you crying, dog?" Yeah. He do anything for the power of the P, baby. You know what it is. That was funny to me, man. That was super funny. But I tell you one thing though, he kind of got it over. He got over it pretty quick though. Like he got over it pretty quick. It didn't take him too long, you know, to get over that.
Yeah, that's what he wanted to survive.
Yeah,
or at least make it up to the level,
bro. Okay, boy. See, I'm trying to get this. So you keep mentioning the stuff that make me want to go straight to that, dog. I swear. So okay, all right. We find out that, you know, Skylar, Jess, she's the you know, she's working with the bad guy, of course. You know what I'm saying? She's setting everybody up. She's the reason that the escape pod or rescue pod wasn't working, so forth, so on. Like, surprise. We didn't see that coming. Okay, so right. So Jess now, and this is on the trailers, you know, there's a part where they show one of the Megs literally biting through that substation or you know, underwater station that they're in. Biting through it, the glass, the metal, everything, like just biting through it and chumped her like, oh my God, it's crazy. Now, here's my part right here. All right, CBR, listen, man, I'm not the smartest person in the world. I'm not a scientist, whatever, but from what I understand about water and water pressure and how quickly water rushes, I mean, you know the type of job that we have, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to get those isolation valves off quick, right? Because, you know, water flows like real quick. Pressure is hard it's hard to close something if a lot of, you know, water's coming out of it, right? You tell me, man, how? Please, CBR, help me, dog. How did Oso get up those stairs, out the door, and was able to close the door and hold all that water back that quick, bro? That part right there really bothers me, dog, because I'm like, from what I know,
that's how you make a movie scene right there, man.
Bro.
Welcome to the world of CGI, guys.
I'm just saying.
Escape reality and alter reality to make it make sense.
That boy,
to fit our
the whole ocean, man. ain't no way.
No, come on, bro. I mean, you already know as soon as that shark would have bit into there and a little bit of water would have got into there. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Come on, man.
He didn't even get wet.
He didn't even get... Dog, man, stop it. Now you tell it. You really telling on him now. He wasn't even sweating, was he? Oh, my God, man.
Movie magic.
Movie magic, baby. Oh my God, man. It was hilarious, man. I right then I'm just like, all right, D, don't look too far into this, man. Just enjoy the movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just enjoy the movie, man. It's just a popcorn movie. Popcorn love. So, because, okay, now what our producer has said is 6 inches of water can take you off your feet. Okay. 6
inches can drown you too.
It sure can. Yep, that's why I was telling you. That's why you don't have your water filled up to the top of your tub too much, right?
I don't play in the
water. No doubt.
Man, I said I want nothing to do with the water at all whatsoever.
Yeah, we ain't playing that. So, good stuff. One foot of water can take your car, make your car float or something or whatever. But yeah. Well, we'll come back to that one. But
them signs say turn around, don't drown. Turn yourself around.
Turn around. Hey, man. So yeah, that right there, bro. I'm just like, nah, didn't like that part. Well, but okay, now. So Oso is, he's lost the girl, and he's able to escape the ocean like that. I have no idea, but whatever. Okay, but we're moving on. You know what I'm saying? We're moving on. Now we know the movie's a little flawed. It is what it is. In between these two movies, all right, because now that these people have been exposed, now you got the militia little team or mercs or whatever that the lady hired. This again, Hillary Driscoll. You know what I mean? She's hired these people, and they are now trying to take over the station and so forth and so on. So now you got Mac and DJ. Now, last we knew of DJ couldn't swim. DJ couldn't do anything. Well, DJ, in between these two movies, has gone and got a lot of elite military training. Uh-huh. He's learned how to swim. He has learned martial arts. He's a commando now. And besides him saying, after the first one, he almost literally said, after the first movie. He's like, I just knew he was going to say movie. But he said, after the first time this happened, I went and got prepared. I'm like, okay. All right. I mean, that's not like it's unbelievable. I mean, people can, but dude, this dude was cold now. You know what I mean? But it was.
He was cold.
He was cold, bro.
Bought his own MCM bag, look like.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he ain't go nowhere.
That got to be his for real.
Yeah, he ain't go nowhere without that. Oh, man, that was cool. Yeah, I said, look, Kanye. You know what I mean? Got his bag and everything. And I guess it was waterproof. Must have been. I would have imagined. Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier, man. Don't go out there without your waterproof bag, man. Yeah, man. So, but whatever. We can argue about that when, if he could have gotten that prepared or not. Let's just say he did. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of seemed out of nowhere a little bit, But I was glad to at least see that he could swim now. If you're going to go back in there, bro, you got to at least know how to swim. But okay, right? So we in there with that. Now, here's the thing. Now, when we were on the ocean floor, and right before they got to that substation, did y'all remember there's a part where they get attacked by these things swimming in the ocean? Now, Bree, when you brought up that oarfish, that's what they looked like to me at first. You know what I'm saying? They had the teeth, and they swim into them real fast, right?
Yeah.
Remember what I'm talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But they got little legs. You know what I'm saying? They swimming and running in the ocean, And so...
Yeah, they on our ground. No, that was creepy.
Right. So my thing though, Bree, is okay. And again, those right there, the octopus that Ray mentioned, and those they took away from the shine of the Megs to me. All right, okay, but whatever, right? But when we get out of the water, they're out of the water now, and I think even one of the characters said, "What they can come out of the water? They can walk? Yeah, they got legs. Yeah, they can walk."
I think someone did say that.
Right. I don't know how I feel about that, man, because an octopus is an octopus. We know that. We see the big old tentacles and whatever. We know that. We don't need anybody to tell us that's an octopus. But can any of you at all tell me what those things were? And do you remember them even saying a name for those creatures?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
I
don't think I remember hearing a name for those creatures.
Nope, not at all.
It's terrible though. Tell you that.
See, on the Google or whatever, it says crocodile-like prehistoric creatures. Crocodile-like.
Yes. Okay. Because I do remember them screaming like, "Oh, it's a crocodile!"
Right.
Oh!
Right.
But that's what my son thought it was, a crocodile.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But it wasn't.
Some new crocodiles right there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you.
Well, old crocodiles, if you say prehistoric. So these were the first kind of crocodile, I guess, right? You know? But these crocodiles.
Those are the ones that ain't been discovered yet. You know,
Right.
there's a bunch of stuff out there we don't know about.
Right,
you know?
right. And according to CBR, we still ain't gonna know about if it's up to us. So, crocodile-like prehistoric. I would have liked if they would have at least given us some kind of scientific terminology, something, anything, man. But whatever. This crocodile-like. Them things there, man, they got a lot of movie screen time. They got a lot of screen time. Like, they kind of took over the movie for a minute. Yeah.
They're gonna give you a name for it on part 3.
Oh yeah, because they gonna come back.
The trilogy.
Because it's not enough to go through stuff in the ocean. Once we finally get some land scenes, we got to go through stuff on the land too.
Oh my God. Okay, man. Okay, so it's a all it's whatever you want, right? Free for all. That's what they call it. It's a free for all now. So you can just put anything in it. But I thought this was the Meg. You know what I'm saying? I thought this was the Meg, yo. So you got giant octopus. You got crocodile-like prehistoric creatures. Oh my God, jeez. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. So by the time we do get back to the Meg, I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I forgot about y'all. Okay, yeah, right. This is a Meg movie.
I forgot.
So,
right.
All right, man. So now we're back to, kind of getting back to the Meg. Now, as we said earlier, this is kind of a copy and paste. I mean, in the first movie, they kind of went the same route. We get to a point where Jason Statham has to, do what he does. Now he's got 3 Megs and everything he has to fight. He's basically fighting them on this jet ski, for the most part, right? Doing everything on a jet ski. I was wondering too, man, like how fast a jet ski is and how fast Megs can swim, because they was right up on him. I mean, right up on him, jumping all out at him and everything like that. He just missing their mouth by inches and everything. And of course, the part that you see in the trailer. Go ahead, X.
No, he did that. He did that Vin Diesel move in Fast X. You know what I'm saying? He knew where to turn the jet ski so that the shark doesn't come at him and bite him. If I turn it to a 40-degree angle, I can just ride the wave a little bit and throw my harpoon bomb.
Yep.
And get the shark.
Yep. Yep. Ain't that something? When she was right on the top of that wave and then he threw it down. I mean, it looked cool, bro. But you're like, God, Lee, come on, bro. These people don't panic or nothing, dog. They get it right every time. First time they throw it.
Every time. Don't make no sense.
I mean, they only
you know how earlier we said, we watched it, like earlier in BMT News, in the video, there's sharks around you. You just can't see them, right?
Right.
It looked like every time he turned his head back, he knew exactly where the shark was in that moment before the fin even came back above water.
Yup, sure did. Sure did.
Every single time.
Yep. And we talking about the Megs. We ain't even talking about the little other sharks that, are down there too. For some reason, little sharks mean nothing in these movies at all. You know what I'm saying? They ain't nothing. They
There's
puppies.
always something bigger.
Little sharks don't mess with people in these movies.
Yeah, at all. Not at all, bro. It's amazing. Jet skis go 40 to 70 miles per hour. Interesting. Okay. That must be faster than a Meg, because he obviously was, if it was a race, like you said, Fast and Furious, dog. Yeah, man, therein lies the problem for me. By the time the Megs came back, now we're at that unbelievable stuff again. Now I'm just like, I don't know, dog. I guess the chain got caught on one of them, and he was on that little pier or whatever, and the shark is tearing everything up, and he just gets away from him just enough to turn around and put his foot on the Meg's nose or whatever to hold him back.
Man, that stuff right there was so stupid.
I don't even know what it was for. What is that doing? Are you holding him back or something? Like, come on, bro. Come on.
And then, when were the chains set up, and how did he lure him into the chains?
I don't know, bro.
I don't think he lured him. He was just swimming through the people, and he was getting caught up in everything.
So he got lucky, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So if not for those chains, he would have had him. Okay. All right. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what's funny though? In the first one, they had a similar thing. That's why we're saying copy and paste. The chain knocked the tracker off of the shark in the first one. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then the chain ended up getting caught up on the docks and then end up dragging people. So there's some similarities you're gonna get with the Megs. You're gonna get chains. You know what I'm saying?
Some way, somehow they're gonna make it work.
They're gonna make it work. You're gonna get Jason Statham, certain things you're gonna get if it's a Meg movie. But anyway, okay, fine, man. It is what it is. We don't need to look too deep into it. It's all good, right? We just enjoying a good old shark movie. But I'm sorry, bro. This is the part for me where they lost me. I was kind of done, and I was just like, all right, let's just get to the end of it. When he grabbed that,
how you really feel?
Oh, bro, when he grabbed that helicopter blade, dog. And, come on, X, come on, X.
The best scene of the whole.
Man, come on, X, come on, dog. Oh, Jesus Christ! Listen, bro, we have already said in the BMT news that these sharks can get up to 5,000 pounds, right? Now, they weren't even talking about Megs. They were just talking about great whites, and I'm assuming they're going to talk about the gentle whale shark. You know what I mean? Maybe he was 5,000 pounds. But obviously, this Meg is bigger than that. We're going to assume he's bigger than 5,000. 5,000 pounds, not 500 pounds. 5,000 pounds.
1,000.
This man has grabbed...
add on another zero.
Oh, God, dog. The man has grabbed a helicopter blade. Now, I don't know how heavy helicopter blades are, but I'm assuming they have a good little substantial amount of weight themselves. You know what I mean? To be on a helicopter.
It's heavy, man.
Come on, bro. He picks this thing up, holds it. He looked like Cloud in Final Fantasy.
Yep.
With the Buster Sword or something. I said, look at Cloud got the Buster Sword. He holding the Buster Sword. It's upright, steady. He knows, just like X said, he knows exactly how the shark's going to bite, how he's going to open his mouth. He knows a perfect angle to hold it for this shark to try to bite him and to impale the shark, bro. And this man is so strong that he can hold it steady for this shark to be impaled. Bro, come on, dog. Jason Statham's a bad dude, man, but I'm sorry, dog. I just, no. Can't imagine. 50 tons, possibly. Could have weighed 50 tons. Come on, man. Yeah, right then, at that moment, all reality goes out the window. It is what it is. He's a superhero. He's a superhero at that moment, and that's just all you can say about it, man. But yeah, he's the Meg killer, man. He's the Meg killer. And Ray, I do believe you. If this movie did well, and I think our producer found, I think it's up to about just done about 150 million worldwide, and hasn't been out there. What is it, second weekend? Not bad. Now compared to the first one, excluding Finding Nemo, the Meg, the first one, is the most successful flick in the genre, grossing over 530 million worldwide. And when we say in the genre, we're just assuming all the fish movies. Whew, it's a good little bit.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot. Nice little chunk of change. Yeah.
Now, if they're working off of a $129 million budget, they've only made 30 million so far. You know what I'm saying? So
you burnt a lot more than you saved.
Yeah. And it's about
most of it was on CGI apparently, because
yeah, man. But you know what? It's funny. Watching the first one and the second one, you can see where they cut costs. You know what I'm saying? You can definitely see that. This what they didn't have the same kind of money that they had on the first one, and I mean, it is what it is. You try to make it work. But yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna have a third one, CBR. I don't know if they're gonna do it, but they may. You know what I mean?
They're setting it up for a third one, man. It's definitely gonna be a third one.
According to our producer said 2026 is the third.
Yeah. 2026.
If you caught the line at the end, it's gonna be a third one, man.
Now, what was that line at the end, CBR? Remind me.
Shit, the little short they raised from a baby, apparently, is pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Down there to mate.
Yeah, that's right. And then that.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Boy, this boy is on it.
It's definitely going to be a third one.
You paid attention to this one here, boy. Okay. Oh, man. Meg 3, huh? All right. So predictions on the octopus coming back? You know what I'm saying? Or
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it or not.
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be the sea is gonna have a returning cast. It's gonna the octopus will be back. The crocodile creatures will be back. It's gonna be some type of bird they gotta fight. I don't know how birds gonna get involved with the ocean, but birds is gonna be involved.
Gonna be a Jurassic Park crossover.
Right. Okay.
They killed off the octopus though, right?
They did it on the first one too.
Exactly. Yeah. They keep killing octopuses. So I mean, another one just right around the corner.
Yep. And is it octopuses or is it octopi?
Octopuses.
Oh man, that's funny. So okay, man. Yeah, I don't know. But that was my main problem. That type of stuff right there, man. Just I don't know, man. And you know, it got a little campy, got a little corny at some moments. Some like all right, I do like DJ, but I think some of the lines they gave him were just a little too like, come on, dog. You know what I'm saying? You tripping a little bit. But I am glad to see, you know what I'm saying, people of color, you know what I'm saying, Hispanics and blacks, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing in there, of course, you know, handling their business, Asians as well. Like I said, my man, Wu Jing, I mean, he was the counterpart to Jason Statham for me. I mean, he was just as action-packed as he was, man. He was all over the place. So I kind of enjoyed that. But I tell you, man, I think I could have taken the first one over the second one. The first one to me, I think was better made, a stronger film to this one. Yeah. I think this was, I want to say a cash grab, but I'll definitely say just playing off of the success of the first one. A nice touch, but not explaining why some characters are not returning. I did not like that. But for the most part, I mean, hey, it's Jason Statham. What can you say? I mean, at least they gave him a fight scene this time, right? To fight Oso. And that was okay. But yeah, man. I tell you, boy. But nah, man, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't as good as the first one for me. But, it was okay.
I'll definitely have to check out the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to check it out, so I'll definitely have to go back and check it out then, so I can, come back and compare and debate with you about it, But it sounds more like you are pulling more for the first one than the second one.
Absolutely.
I agree on that too, man. I like the first one more than I like the second one.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so y'all saying that AI wrote this one?
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised, Bree. And look, and the AI obviously can't come up with new ideas either because it just copied and pasted off the first one. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, there it is.
It's running out of ideas too. But
they said, "Hey, can you guys write a movie about a shark and a shark we call the Meg? So maybe throw in some octopuses, maybe throw in some crocodiles."
I'm saying,
and Jason Statham.
And that's it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the AI said, I think we're going to need a bigger boat. That's what he said. Anyway, that's a shot from Jaws. I mean, for all my Jaws fans out there.
We need a bigger boat.
I think y'all know what that is. Man, it was good stuff. Yeah, it's like I said, it wasn't the worst movie I've seen. Wasn't the best. Like I said, man, I am not, that's very true. We had not. I am not a big fan of shark movies and so forth and so on, but I think it's pretty decent. Now, what we are going to do, which I'm pretty sure for our fans and people that have listened, to us over and over, probably wondering like, why didn't we get that trailer? Well, we decided we'd switch it up for you a little bit, man. Give you a little something, and then we decided to throw that trailer in there for you. Don't think that we're going to forget about you because we did not. You want to know about that trailer? Guess what?
Do you?
We really do got that trailer for you. So we're going to get ready to roll that beautiful beam footage. Bree, what you got for us?
All right. Here we go.
There you go.
My favorite crocodile. that's what happened to the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Jonas, we need your help. We're detecting increased aquatic activity 25,000 feet deep in the trench. It's an ancient ecosystem untouched by man. Whatever is down there is trying to make its way to the surface. This is a bad idea.
Just a little bit.
There you go. Bam.
I think that was Lance.
We've got company.
That was Mr. No Name.
That's the biggest meg I've ever seen.
Biggest meg anyone's ever seen.
That's the apex predator.
Everybody make it to the station! You can make it! Hit line!
3 massive megs and who knows what else have escaped the breach.
I just hope it goes better than last time.
That's your part.
Yeah, man. Come on.
You don't want to know. Go! You've never seen this before. They hunted in packs.
That part should be out.
We can relax. This place?
So fun, Island.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonas was always afraid of this, but I was also...
Bam! Ooh. That's what you talking about, X, right there.
Talk about it, bro. Talk about it. This was cool, like I said. Let's be real.
Man. And there you have it.
And maybe because Jason is in the Fast and Furious universe, maybe he just brought a little bit of that over to the Meg.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. Could be one big universe, a crossover event or something.
They care about family.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Oh, my God, man. So funny, so funny. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess some of the best parts, of course, in the trailers, you know how they do. But for the most part, man, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty straightforward. I will say, too, though, man, there's one part in there where they're talking about events that happened in the first one, and the brother is looking like lost, like he has no idea what happened. And I'm thinking, like, so nobody told you at all what happened this first time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was gone that long and whatever. Nobody told you nothing. Like, come on, man, seriously. But whatever. That's movie stuff.
Left him in
If
there.
they would have told him, he would have been out there swimming with them sharks like that.
I promise you. If he had just kept it 100, they was just like, he'll learn on his own.
He'll learn on his own.
He had to learn on our own. He had to learn on his own.
It's tough love right there, baby. Tough love. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's a trip. It's a trip. Yeah. So that's the main trailer, man. I mean, hopefully you guys, I mean, if you value what we say, I don't think we're crapping on the movie. I think we're all in agreement that, it's just a popcorn movie. Don't go in there expecting reality and things to make a bunch of sense. Just go in there if you like Jaws and you like people getting mauled and everything and limbs tore apart and all this by sharks or swallowed whole, then this is the movie for you. And it's a lot of that going on for sure. And as you saw or heard from the trailers and heard from us, there are crocodile-like creatures, there's octopuses and all the other stuff there. So yeah. But I'm good on that,
Variety.
man.
They're trying to switch it up for you guys.
Yeah.
Not just give you a boring shark movie. They want to give you a fun shark movie.
Yeah. I'm curious about one thing, though, because I'm wondering how Asian people feel about this. Why is it always them getting attacked at the end of these movies, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this like the equivalent of Godzilla or something, right? You know what I mean? Like, Godzilla's always, over in Asia somewhere tearing up some stuff. The first one, it was the same thing, right? They were, I don't know where they were, but it was Asian people in that water. And they even brought the dog back. I thought that was kind of cool. Pimping the dog, the dog was in the water again swimming. You kind of thought the dog got ate by the shark. Well, they brought the dog back. And I said, how about that? For all you dog lovers,
There you go.
Spoiler alert, the dog does not die. I'll give you that. So, yeah, this is Austin right here, Bree. So you got to make sure you say no animals were harmed in that movie or on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? This is Austin. They don't play. They do not play about them dogs. Yeah, good stuff, man. Right. Good stuff. Well, for me, I think that I'm ready to go ahead and get this thing a little bit of grading, man. Or unless my man X, if you wanted to run. I mean, we touched on a couple of the cast members and whatnot, but anybody else in particular that stood out for you that you might want to give a little shine to? And we talked about Jason playing Jonas, Paige Kennedy playing DJ. Mm-hmm. Anybody else stood out for you?
I just want to shout out Paige Kennedy again, man.
Mm-hmm.
He held it down.
Yeah, he did.
His screen time during this film,
No doubt.
The bag, everything, hilarious.
Yeah, he went in the bag for real, didn't he? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He said, what else do you got in that bag?
Boy.
Everything you can think of.
What did he have? I thought he had a Desert Eagle. What did he have that had 50 rounds in it? What was it, CBR?
I don't know, man, but it did the job for him for his last shot at the end.
Boy, with the dive.
Slow-mo boy, he.
Yeah.
Got the slow-mo.
Shot was the one that hit.
Yeah. He did that. I am curious to know who took over Ruby Rose's part, because I swear that woman was put in there just to kind of remind us of her. I'm just really curious, just because I know she bowed out of playing Batwoman, and then I haven't really seen her in anything since. I mean, she was in John Wick 2 at one point in time. The Orange is the New Black. And like she was in Triple X, Return of Xander, Pitch Perfect 3. She's actually a good actress, man. I'm curious. I wonder why she didn't return. She must have some other stuff going on, but yeah, man. Good stuff. Anyway, pretty good cast, man. I
definitely blame AI.
You blame AI?
She saw that AI written script and was like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Y'all don't really need me.
Yeah, I'm good on this, bro. Y'all can have this one. I feel that. It's funny how they have on the Meg, how they do this with the characters on IMDb, but they have like the brother on this cast list, and he wasn't in that first movie. So it's funny how they do that. I wonder why they do that way. I don't know if it's just because it's related to that movie or what, but anyway.
I don't remember seeing Rami Wilson either, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't either.
There was a couple of these cast members that didn't return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm not exactly sure about that. Yeah, man. Good stuff though. I don't know. So anyway, hey man, that is the Meg 2. And we are going to go ahead and get ready for these numbers, man. Y'all know how we do. We got to let you know what the real deal is, man. Who's brave enough? Who's brave enough to put it on out there to tell me how you really felt about that Meg 2, man?
Solid 6.5, dog. I'll start us off. 6.5. I feel like my grading scale comes from just the not really having expectations for it and it not blowing my mind. It wasn't like, oh my God, this is the greatest film of the year or anything like that, of that imagination. But for what it was, because it didn't grab me really. There was points I got lost in the story a little bit, kind of got lost following everything. And then while we're breaking it down, we found the holes that I was already like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Sure.
Okay, but I see you trying to make it make sense.
Right.
And just with the effects and everything going on, I think 6.5 is kind of where I'll rest as far as my opinion goes for this film.
I think that's fair, actually. I think it's pretty fair. Now, let me ask you this before we move on. Did it make you, now, even though you said you would go back just to kind of get maybe more context and, just kind of see where it started, but does it make you feel like you miss the first one? Or like... Not
really.
Okay.
Not really. I feel like the way you broke it down, it makes it feel like the first one is completely separate or completely different. Mm-hmm. And then this being the sequel, being so different from the first one that you're kind of just diluting the formula a little bit, like you said, copy and paste.
Good call.
Not really sticking true to whatever formula y'all followed in the first one.
Right.
So...
Absolutely.
It doesn't really make or break. I just feel for a better understanding of where this franchise is potentially going to go for the third, make more sense to check out the first one.
No doubt. Good point, bro. Good point. Absolutely. You nailed it, though, because you nailed it. All right. 6.5. Let's do it. What you got, Bree?
Well, I enjoyed watching the movie. I don't remember watching the first movie, Meg. I was going to go and watch it. I got to go back and watch it. But just going off what I seen,
Don't give it a 10. Don't give it a 10. You know you like to say, don't give it a 10, yo. Quit playing.
It was interesting to me.
Yeah.
I didn't fall asleep. You know, kind of in the beginning.
You didn't walk out?
I was going to.
You didn't walk out the first 30 minutes?
Nope. Nope, unfortunately, I didn't. And it in the beginning, I was like, I almost wanted to go to sleep, but then I gave it a chance, and I liked it. A lot of points that you all made sense. Like, where did the crocodiles come in?
Right.
If that's what they're called.
Right.
Where did the octopus come
right.
from? So,
right.
But besides me looking at all those facts, I'm going to give it a 9.5 because, I don't know, I just went in looking at it as just a movie, you know, and it kept me entertained, so I did enjoy watching it. So,
and Bree, let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with that. You know why? Because movies are supposed to entertain us. You know what I mean? And if you're going in there to say, look, man, I don't care. I'm not a scientist. I don't need all those, you know what I'm saying? I don't need all that stuff to be true or, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Yeah. Just entertain me. I've had a rough day at work. I don't care. Just give me some entertainment. You know what I mean? I will just imagine that is somebody I don't like that's getting bit by the shark. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? You know what I mean? People got different reasons for watching these movies, right? And if that movie did what it was supposed to do, which was entertain you for those couple of hours, then, hey, I'm not mad at you. So
yeah, it did.
There it is.
Some parts was unbelievable. Like,
of course.
Now, you know, this couldn't possibly happen, you know.
So,
but Paige Kennedy, he stood out to me, and Jason, you know, being the superhero that he was. That was
Thank you. I'm glad you said that. So you okay with him impaling a shark with a helicopter blade?
It just don't make sense.
It don't make sense. You're right, but it's like, okay, this is just helping me. This is making me imagine that, you know, like if you got a good. What you call it? If you can imagine things like that, that's what it would be. You know what I'm saying? But not true. Like it couldn't possibly happen. So
you have imagination in it. So Bree, basically what you're saying is that if you ever caught in that position and it just happens to be a helicopter blade laying around you and your shark is attacking you, you know what to do, right? You know to grab that blade.
It just makes for a very climatic, you know, fun scene. That's all.
Yeah, I hope you can hold the Buster Sword. So, okay, no doubt.
I might miss the blade, but
oh man,
it was good though. I enjoyed watching it.
That's what's up.
Put it like that.
All right, y'all heard it here first. 9.5 from Bree Millie.
Yeah.
All right. Keep it rolling. What you got, CBR?
Yeah.
You know, right, man. Unfortunately, I didn't know nothing about the Meg movies.
Okay.
Until my son told me about them. He talking about, Dad, we got to see the Meg. I didn't know what the hell a Meg was. he into those sharks and stuff, so he knows.
Meg on Family Guy?
What Meg? So we saw the first one.
He saw the first. Okay, so he said, Dad, we got to see the first one. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
I enjoyed that one. Saw the second one. Enjoyed it.
Okay.
For my rating, man, I was entertained. It kept me watching. I'm gonna have to give it a 7.
Okay. All right. Nice. Now, for you, bro, is there anything that stood? Now, when you're saying you were entertained, can you give me your most entertaining part? You know what I mean? Because we kind of broke down what we thought was like, all right, that's far fetched. But you're entertained though. What was it for you, bro?
I guess the most entertaining part for me was with old DJ, man.
That's
when shit, they caught in a bind, and I guess it was about three of them he had to take down. You know, like, okay, he's serious
by
now,
himself.
You know? yeah,
bro.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, a lot braver. He was a lot braver in this one, you know.
Oh yeah, because he was timid and scary in the first one.
He
I
know,
thought
bro.
he was gonna die.
Yeah, dog. Yeah. Which was cool.
Like this brother,
yeah.
Hey, character development. Character development. He went through a change from the first film to the second.
He went through a major change.
Big time. And shout out to the first director, man, for not killing the black guy in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Especially the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to that dude, man. You know, that he made it.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it, right?
No doubt.
For the culture.
Yep.
Oh my God, man. Nah, good stuff. Nah, DJ was that dude. He was that dude in this one for me. DJ's stuff was more believable than holding up a helicopter blade to kill a shark for me, dog. I could believe that more because you went and got training. Like, who trained you to impale a shark with a helicopter blade, dog? Like, how did you know? The
shark man. He just knows.
Boy. Man, it's good stuff. So, okay, cool. So we got a 6.5. We got a 9.5, and we got a 7. A solid 7. SC.
I'm going to go with my boy, man. I feel like my boy is 6.5. It wasn't a bad movie. You know, I seen the first one. It was entertaining, like Ray said, and the second one was entertaining as well. So, you know, I didn't go in with expectations like, oh, man, how realistic is this going to be? It's an action movie. You got Jason in there, you know he going to do his thing. But, yeah, it was a pretty decent movie. So, it's granted 6.5.
Okay.
DJ stood out. That was my boy, man.
No doubt.
Get some.
Get some, yeah. Let him bring his line back.
Yeah.
So, what's up? Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, he even got a little more pumped up in this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's that boy hit them weights too.
The man hit the weights.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. All right. We rolling. All right, man. Yeah, man. For me, you know, y'all know how I do, man. I go into it looking for certain things just because, you know, I try to have that part of me that wants to enjoy the movie, and then the part of me is like, okay, I still got to review this thing though. You know what I'm saying? I got to break it down and so forth, so on. For me, I definitely saw the difference in direction. So I knew even before I got to the end that it was a different director. I peeped out the production value. I saw where they kind of cut cost a little bit. Like I said, I did prefer to have a little bit more explanation of why characters were gone, you know, so forth and so on. That kind of gives me the reason for certain motivations in the movie, you know, when it comes to the daughter, Jason Statham's relationship, because they never really explored, you know, her death at all. I mean, it was just kind of brushed over, kind of glossed over a bit, you know. Didn't like that. I would have liked to see something, because she was such a major character in the first one. I just felt like she deserved a little bit more respect, you know, a little bit more respect on her name. You know what I'm saying? All three of them. So, you know, that part like that kind of bothered me a little bit. I was cool with Wu Jing. I kind of liked Wu Jing. For me, I mean, you know, Paige, yeah, of course, man. He was cool, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing. I think my standout character in this one was Wu Jing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he was the counterpart for Jason Statham, not having to do all the action like he had to do in the first one. They gave Paige some of the action, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, my man Wu Jing, boy, he was just all over the place, man. Golly, dog. Hanging from a helicopter, trying to grab the knees to, you know what I'm saying? This boy here, man. Get this man his own movie, dog. He was all over the place. You know, and then, of course, one part that we didn't talk about was, like I was saying in the first one, billionaire guy ended up being, you know, he was the guy behind all this other little stuff. And, of course, we find out the other billionaire is the person behind all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, we do like how when the bad guys get it, the first guy got bit by the shark and everything like that, or swallowed by the shark. And then, of course, the crocodile-like prehistoric creatures got to this lady right here. I mean, they tore into her, dragged her off into the woods. She didn't even see what happened to her. You know what I'm saying? You just have to imagine that they tore her up. Yeah, but
they snatched her up out of that helicopter.
But you know what, though? And that's my part that trips me out. These people are billionaires, which should translate as they're smart enough to have made a bunch of money, or maybe trust fund babies, or, you know what I'm saying? This is just generational wealth passed on. Who knows? Whatever. But they make them seem so idiotic to me. This was my problem right here. All this gunfire going on out there. You hearing all this stuff going on. You're in the helicopter with the pilot. Now. There's been no explanation to you having pilot skills or anything, like you could fly yourself out of there, why would you tell the pilot to go check on some sound instead of, hey, pilot, take us up in the air and fly us over where I heard the sound.
Right, let's get us.
I would have been gone.
Right, let me look through with my binoculars and see if I can see anything. If not, oh well, I'm sorry. Hey, I'll catch y'all on the next one. But I'm getting up out of here because I got all the money. I need to live. You know what I'm saying? I need to make it to the Meg 3.
I know, I would have been gone. Yep.
She told the pilot, the one guy that's going to get you out of here, to go check on the sound. And then, of course, when he doesn't return, she's like, hey, Billy, where you go? Right now, she wants to grab the gun. And I said, man, boy, y'all, there's some idiotic billionaires, man. It just amazes me. I just can't get over that stuff, man. But whatever. So anyway, man, it's just certain little choices like that for me that I said, all right, I got to bring my score down just a little bit because, it's...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I get it. It's for action, but some stuff can be so stupid that I'm just like, I can't believe a billionaire is that idiotic to me. That just eludes me. I just can't get it. Anyway, still.
Oh, man, money don't make you smart, no.
True. Money don't make you smart.
No, it don't.
It does not make you smart, but it should make you want to survive to keep that money. You know what I'm saying? And some kind of intelligence. Yeah. Right. What are you even doing there?
Stream me in, dog.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Hey, that's all I'm saying.
Keep me on the screen so I can see y'all off the screen.
Like, they don't have Zoom, Microsoft Teams, nothing. Nothing, right? Not Marco Polo, Duo, nothing. FaceTime, man. Come on, man.
Nothing.
Oh my God.
Because in one part of the movie, she was tapping on the glass.
Exactly.
So that she was there. So I was wondering where she was at.
Thank you, Bree. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Right. Because she was cutting all into the comms. You know what I'm saying? She was, overriding the comms and talking to people. Exactly. Why wasn't she that smart when it counted? You know what I'm saying? That's just like, yo.
Right.
Oh my God. But nah, Ray, you absolutely right, man. Money don't make you smart. Whew, Jesus, crazy. So anyway, man, for that part right there, I had to ding it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna bring mine on down. I'll bring it a little bit above your 7, Ray. You know what I'm saying? I'll take it on up to 8. Because I still was, just like y'all said, I was entertained. I mean, regardless of things I'm saying, this is just reviewer talk. But if I just had to go in there and watch a movie, and I'm kind of into these movies anyway, I'm entertained. You gave me what you gave me 3 megs this time. If 2 wasn't enough, you gave me 1 more. Okay, great. I got more megs. I got octopuses. I got crocodile, like creatures that can attack you in the water and on land. Yeah, man. I got to see the Black Commando. You know what I'm saying? They gave me quite a bit, man. So I think it was pretty good. So it looks like we have an average of 7.5. All right. Not too bad. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I guess that says y'all should go out and check out the Meg 2, The Trench. It's a pretty decent movie. And make sure you check out that first one.
Not a bad movie.
Not a bad one.
Especially coming off the last Warner Brother release, which was Barbie. So I'm just throwing it out.
Man, I know you was gonna do it. I tried to,
I was just saying, Warner Brothers just dropped Barbie.
Oh
and
my God, yo!
As a production company, I'm just.
Oh my God, man! Oh my God, that's funny. That is funny to me.
Wow.
Yeah, good stuff. I'm glad you did it, bro, because I was biting my tongue, dog. I was gonna try not to do it. Woo, I was gonna try not to do it. Good stuff, man. Hey, y'all, listen, man, we appreciate y'all as always, man. You know what I mean? For chiming in, you know what I mean? Checking us out, y'all know how we do, man. That is the Meg 2 review.